Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about installing a handrail on some stairs. So we bought this house just over a year ago, probably about 18 months now. And there are a couple of stairways that it didn't really have a proper handrail. And we had to remove some cladding or paneling that was on the stairs that we didn't like. We refinished everything and now it's time to fit a handrail to the right size and dimensions so that if we have older people or people who are a little unstable visiting us, they have something to hold going up and down the handrail. Also, if you check the building codes, any stairway, I think with a rise of more than about 30 or 36 inches, something like that, has to have a handrail. So let's see what's going on. So here's the stairway. It's about 7 or 8 steps, and the rise is about 5 or 6 feet. So clearly this needs a handrail. As you can see right now, there's nothing. Over this side, we have a wall that then comes down and steps back slightly at the bottom. So you can see here, so this side's not ideal. So we've picked the other side of the wall, which is flat, to go ahead and put the handrail on there. So the first thing that I did was check the building code and find out what height that handrail has to be, because as you know, there are codes for all of this stuff. So the code requires that the top of the handrail needs to be roughly 34 to 38 inches above the front edge of the step. So you can see here I have pieces of blue tape. So starting at the top right here, I put my tape measure, you'll see my ruler, you'll see there, I put these pieces of tape at 35 inches above the nose of the step. And I've done that pretty much all the way down. If I get down to here, just for an example, here's the next one. And again, right there, 35 inches above the front of the step and all the way down to the bottom right here. So that's marked the position. As far as choosing the handrail, let's talk about that for a minute. So there are various types of handrail available. There's regular pine, and then there's oak and hardwood handrails. We actually picked a hardwood oak handrail. It has a similar cross section, a similar shape to the ones that are on our existing stairway. So this particular one came from Lowe's. So it's an 8-foot oak ploughed handrail. So here's the information for use with balusters. It's 2 1/4 by 2 3/8, so it's about 2 1/4 inch wide, which I felt was good because that means that you can get your hand, if you can see, you can get a hand across and grip it fairly easy. So there it is, and there's the model number there right there if you're interested. It's 17099. So just to show you this is the shape on the end, and I basically got 2 8-foot lengths, which are going to work out exactly right for the 2 stairs that I'm installing it. I then bought some stain to match our existing stair. This just has the first coat on right now, but the stain is a poly with the stain included, so it's called a poly stain. There are limited options on that, or you can buy a stain and then buy the clear poly or the clear varnish to go over the top. I bought the 2-in-1 just to save some time, so let me show you that. So this is what I purchased. I believe it was from Home Depot. It's the Varathane poly and stain all-in-one. The existing stairway that we've got that goes up to the second floor, this was a match. It was Mission Oak, so they do various shades, of course. But this has the poly and the stain all in one, so it's pretty much a one coat puts the poly and the stain on together. So I figured I'd save some time by doing that. I also know it's a match because I used it to touch up our existing stairs. As far as the brackets, I bought a bracket like this. It's just a standard bracket. It gives you the right distance off the wall to meet the code, which I think it has to be about 1.5 inches from the wall to the handrail. So these particular ones are about $5 to $6 each. I'm figuring to put 3 on each rail, And this is the, if you're interested, here's the model. It's a gatehouse, and that number is 0308874, again from Lowe's. I bought that with at the same time as the handrail. So here's a tip. The poly stain that I got came in a small tub, so I put it into this. This is a used takeout container. It just means that it's nice and wide, so I can get my brush in there and get a good load on my brush. Obviously the brush wouldn't fit into the small pot. So again, it's just, this already has one coat on. I'm just going with the second coat. As with any kind of stain or varnish, you've got to stay very even and not go back over it. So here we go, just even strokes for the second coat to bring it to the right colour shade that we're looking for. Probably going to have to put at least 3 coats on here. But this poly stain goes on very nicely, and as I said, it's like a one-step. Make sure I get it into the cracks down here. Get it in there, and then a couple of even strokes at the end to make sure there's no smears or overlaps. So here is the finished item. As you can see, the handrail all the way down to the bottom fitted at the required height. I've removed the tape now. You can see that down here we've got a little bit of an overhang, and then I've pretty much equally spaced the supports all the way up. And here you can see there's much less of an overhang at the top. Why is that? That's because of the position of the studs. So I had a stud right here near the top. And then obviously I think they're usually spaced about 18 inches. So I picked studs to pretty much evenly space the supports all the way down. What I did was I fitted the one at the top first, so I could support the handrail, and then I double checked the height of the bottom to make sure it was matching my pieces of tape all the way up, to give that 35 inches height from the bottom at top of the step. And then I fixed the position of the bottom one. So these brackets, as you can see, they have one screw here, right here. So what you can do is you can fit them loosely against the stud without tightening them down, and then they'll rotate slightly, and that helps you to get the correct position and the correct angle. So that's why there's only one screw. So you can fit them just loose enough just so that they'll turn, and then you can get them positioned correctly under the handrail. And then under here, as you can probably see there's just a couple of screws. So what I did was I fixed the position of the top and the bottom, and then I fitted the one in the middle, screwed it to the underneath of the handrail, screwed it to the wall, and then went ahead and fitted all the rest of the screws just to finish off the job. So there we go. I did make, as I said earlier, I stained it to match the rest of the stairway. But that's the job complete, and I hope this video was useful to you. Thank you for watching.